Trade, Commerce, and Tourism Committee meeting. I'm sitting in for Chairman Tom LaBonge, and joining us for his first TCT meeting, the Honorable Mike Bonin from the 11th District. Let's give him a warm TCT welcome.
I want to make sure the airport's applauding.
Welcome, Brother Mike, and looking forward to working with you on this committee, as I know that Tom is as well. Today's Tuesday, July 23rd, and with that, we have Christine with us, who's going to, let's take items 1, 2, and 3 together. These are port-related items.
Sure.
If you can read those into the record, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, under items 1, all 3 have to do with foreign trade zone operating agreements. Item 1 is a new agreement with Custom Air Warehouse and Custom Goods for the operation of a warehouse facility under foreign trade zone rules at Site 32 in Rancho Cucamonga. The agreement would have an initial term of 5 years with 3 5-year renewal options for a potential total term of 20 years. The CAO has submitted his report and recommends approval.
Great, and with us I see the Executive Director, Dr. Geraldine Knapp, the Board of Los Angeles. Thank you so much for being here. You want to chime in on
said
this?
everything I was going to say.
Okay.
That's all there is to it.
Fantastic. CAO, no problem, no issues with these items?
Recommend approval. Alvin Newman, CAO, we recommend approval.
Fantastic. Councilmember Bonin, okay, move to approve these 3 items, and with that...
She only read the first one.
Just item 1.
Oh, item 1, I'm sorry. I thought
Item
we'd...
2 is another new operating agreement that is with OHL International for the operation of a warehouse facility. Again, this is Site 11C in Carson, California. And again, this would have an initial term of 5 years with a potential maximum term of 20 years, and the CAO recommends approval.
Great. Any concerns, questions? Item number 2, Councilmember Bonin, we good? Questions, comments?
The first one to make that error. That's like, what did Herb call you on day 1?
Steve.
Steve, yeah. No, I'm good. I'll move.
Okay.
Well. And finally, under item 3, this is a first amendment to the operating agreement with Fuji Trans USA. Fuji Trans operates a general purpose warehouse at Site 10B in Carson, California. The amendment would extend the term from 5 years to 10 years, expiring in August 2018.
Okay. Dr. Natch, you're good?
Yes.
All right, fantastic.
Great. Thank you.
Moved by Mr. Bonin, and with that, we'll approve item number 3 and send that to council. So thank you very much, Dr. Natch, for being here. Let's bring the airport up. I believe the remaining items are all airport-related. Items 4 through 10. Christine, let's take item 4 next.
Sure. Just so you know, items 4, 5, and 6 all have to do with the concession agreements with the shuttle services to and from LAX.
Okay.
Item 4 is the 4th amendment to the concession agreement with Prime Time Shuttle, which allows Prime Time to operate a full-service shared ride van service to and from LAX. This 4th amendment would increase the circuit fee by 10%. That's the fee for circling around the central terminal area. It would also extend the term by 1 year, expiring in July 2014, and would add provisions for compliance with the city's limitations on political campaign contributions.
Airport's here. How are you?
Good morning. Debbie Bowers with the Deputy Secretary Director, Commercial Development with the airport. All 3 of these are our ride-share concessionaires, and the reason that we need to extend them is we aren't quite prepared yet to do the RFP because we're still looking at our curbside allocation, and we're trying to figure out how that interacts with our intermodal transportation facility and the CONRAC and the long term. So all the busing, the taxis and everything, and we wanted to step back and take a look at it before we put the RFP out, which would describe what their curbside permits would be.
Okay. And these 3 items, specifically 3 items?
Yes. Item 4 is with Prime Time. Item 5 is with Super Shuttle. And item 6 is with Roadrunner.
Very good. Mr. Bonin.
I think that's a wise approach to just extend and wait so we can coordinate things better. So I'll move all three.
Fantastic. With that, items 4, 5, and 6 are approved, and we'll send that to council as well. Item 7,
Item 7 is a Sixth Amendment to the Lawes contract with the law firm of Kay Scholar. This is a contract for legal services relating to ongoing federal regulatory issues and litigation at LAX. This amendment would extend the contract term by 1 year, expiring in May 2014, and that would make a total contract term of 7.5 years. It would also increase funding by $200,000 for a total contract amount of $4.4 million, and would add provisions for compliance with the city's limitations on campaign contributions by contractors.
thanks, Christine.
D. Timothy Daze, Assistant General Counsel, the City Attorney's Office at the airport. Good morning.
Good morning. We're good with this item?
I'm dealing with this island. The Kay Scholar is a law firm that represents, gives outside counsel assistance to the City Attorney's Office on various items pertaining to the airport. One of them happens to be the litigation of the City of Ontario versus the Department of Airports. They also handle other items for us. They're handling assistance in the bankruptcy of American Airlines and other items. So that's the reason we're asking for the continuation of the contracts and also additional monies.
Very good. CEO is okay with this?
Yes. Bill Kreitzer, the CAO. We've reviewed the 6th and the 7th Amendment. We recommend approval.
Very good. Mr. Bonin?
I'm okay with this. I'll
Okay.
move approval as well.
Move to approved item 7, and we'll send that to council as well.
Yes,
Thank
and under item 8, this is the 7th Amendment to the same contract with the same firm. It would increase compensation by another $500,000 for a total contract amount of $4.9 million.
What's the purpose of the increasing the amount of the contract?
What had happened was when we came, when the Board of Airport Commissioners approved the Sixth Amendment, this was for additional monies for the bankruptcy of American Airlines and additional regulatory actions that would continue on through May so that we can do an RFP to bring other law firms on, possibly, and maybe even keep Kay Scholar, but we need to go through that process. Between the board approving the Sixth Amendment and the board then approving the Seventh Amendment, the City of Ontario filed litigation against the City of Los Angeles Department of Airports.
So these were unforeseen costs?
Absolutely. And with the litigation over the Ontario Airport, we believe that the additional $500,000 would be able to be adequately funding this litigation and possibly other items that would occur between now and May of next year, but primarily is for the litigation of the Ontario Airport.
CAO's office okay with this?
Yes, we've reviewed this, and we recommend approval as well.
Mr. Bonin?
Well, I have some ideas on how we could probably settle the litigation rather quickly in a way that pleases Ontario and my constituents, and so maybe we won't have to spend all $500,000, but we can have that discussion for another day. In the meantime, I'll move approval.
Okay, approved. Let's send item number 8 to council. Item number 9.
Under item 9, the Board of Airport Commissioners submits for approval the Fifth Amendment to a contract with the Sohagi Law Group, a contract for legal services relating to land use and environmental law. The amendment would increase the contract amount by $400,000 for a total amount of $2.025 million.
Okay, additional legal services.
It's Suzanne Tracy.
Suzanne, good morning.
Good morning.
So,
This is the Sohagi Law Group. They provide our CEQA NEPA outside counsel advice. This is related to the ongoing matters at LAX. I know Councilman Bonin is very familiar with. The reason that we did not ask for this in the past is that we had said in the last board report if litigation arose that we would need additional funds, and litigation has arisen. We're in settlement negotiations, mediation right now. Hopefully all of that will turn out just fine, but in the meanwhile, because we use the Sohagi Law Group to do a number of things for us on
NEPA and CEQA advice on an ongoing basis. Unless we get this additional money for these other projects, for the litigation, it sort of cannibalizes the advice amounts that we have.
Got it.
And just to give you some background, Margaret Sahagi is a recognized expert in the field. She teaches the Judicial College on CEQA. So
The best and brightest, you're
she's
saying.
really, really good. So.
And to be more specific, it has to do with the master plan and the specific plan amendment study.
Ms. Boss, okay.
That's correct. It's the additional funds are put in there to assist in the litigation issues arising from the master plan. Really, not the master plan, but the specific plan amendment study, and also the settlement agreement, and any other litigation issues that might arise.
CAO?
Yes, Bill Koenig, CAO's office. We have not been able to complete our analysis of this report. We just received some information this morning that we had requested. What I suggest is that we have found nothing that would alter a positive recommendation on this. So what we would suggest is that we be permitted to finish our report and add it to the council file prior to its council consideration.
Okay, so you want to hold this?
No, I think we can just normally process. I
Continue
fully
processing,
expect we
okay.
can finish it probably by the end of the week, the beginning of next week. The other problem is my analyst is working on this is very ill with a terrible cold,
Okay,
and we don't want her to come into the office.
okay, got it. When are we projecting this item to go, if approved here, to go to council? Michael?
We could have this in council on August 6th.
August 6th,
That
is
would-
that enough time for you?
No problem, sir.
Okay. Mr. Bonnet, any questions, comments?
Just one question. This is a different firm than we used during the litigation 8 years ago, right?
Yeah, I was not actually here 8 years ago, but yes, it's my understanding Carlisle Hall and that group was
Yes.
part of that litigation. Margaret Sahagi's firm is Sahagi Law Group, so it's a different group.
So we're not using Carlisle Hall in addition. We're using Sahagi instead, right?
We are not using Carlisle Hall. That's correct.
You okay with this?
Yeah.
Okay, move to approve this, item number 9, approved and sent to council. And our final item number 10, please.
Under item 10, the Board of Airport Commissioners submits for approval the third amendment to the contract with Anderson and Krieger. This, again, is a contract with outside counsel for advisory and litigation services relating to federal regulatory law. This amendment would extend the contract term by 1 year, expiring in July 2014, for a total term of 4 years.
Good morning. DTMP Daze, Assistant General Counsel for the City Attorney's Office at the Department of Airports. Anderson Krieger is a firm that we use for advice on FAA matters. We also use them in some instances for advice with regards to some litigation that we're handling at the Department of Airports.
Very good. CAO?
Yes, we've reviewed this as well. We recommend approval.
Mr. Bonin? Okay, move to approve item number 10. We will send that to council as well. With that, that is the last item. We will see you at the next TCT meeting. And with that, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you very much.